Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we are finally back to Gal Civ 4. And where we had left off was struggling with two things. Approval. It's been a heck of a time getting approval going here. I've got a few planets where we are hovering around 50, 43 here at Kratos 4. So it's been an issue. Now I think I actually have Perseverance. Yeah, we're trying to send a flagship called the Perseverance. Will give us a plus 10% approval to any planet to which the ship is stationed. So currently, I believe the Perseverance is en route to Kratos 4, since they are our lowest approval planet, and that 43% is stifling both production and research. Now, I will point out that many of your ships will have special little adjustments. And hold down the shift key here. So obviously with your special abilities, this is kind of boilerplate, where the captain's resolve and diligence will affect hit points for diligence and attack based off of the commander's resolve. That's standard for any ship that you can assign a captain to. However, some ships, depending on the species, will have something special. Like this ship, the Perseverance, gives a plus 10% approval to any planet at which the ship is stationed. I know with like the Memots, I've got a side game going with the Memots right now. Some of their ships can duplicate themselves. Yeah, just straight up clone themselves. So you need to make sure you're reading through those specialty ships unique to your civilization and make sure you're trying to use those ships to their maximum. So in this case, although this Perseverance is a flagship and can be out there researching anomalies, its special ability is only going to work if it's at a planet. So we want to use it for that. And in particular, we don't actually have any extra anomalies left. I think we're down to just like one up here that we know of. So we don't need the Perseverance out there searching for anomalies. We have a couple other flagships to do that for the time being. So while I'm on it, let's jump into the Leaders tab. And under Leaders, you can see the Commanders tab. These are your specialty ships for your civilization. So the Victory, right here we can see the Victory special capability is a +1 missile attack per level. So obviously as the Victory gets to level 4, 5, or 6, it could have extremely high bonus to the missile attack. Over here we have the Perseverance, that's the approval, and even for ships you haven't developed yet, such as the Curiosity, +1 research from surveying. So while the Curiosity is surveying an anomaly, you'll get a +1 research to your civilization. So you'll want to check through all your commander ships. What's the term for these ships? Is there a term? No? Just commander level ships, I guess, is what we could call them. +5 shields to all ships in the fleet. Yeah. Beam attack bonuses. The Gaze is a powerful warship. Hive Base 1 gives +20% of manufacturing on worlds in the ship's radius, its influence. So you could probably put it in the heart of a solar system where it's affecting a couple of core worlds potentially, as well as allied ships with in the fleet's area of effect repair 4 hit points per turn. So the Hive Base 1 improves manufacturing on worlds and repairs ships around it. I'm guessing the radius is the sensor range, if I had to guess. So whatever the sensor range on this ship, it is 6. So yeah, there you go. Let's look at the Apex. Apex has enemy ships within the area of effect and receive -2 moves. Enemy ships. Okay, slows them down. And the Sickle, antimatter bomb damages targets and everything within 1 tile radius of the target. So that is an AoE. You have this little special weapon attacks. Have we used those yet? So if I click on the Perseverance, yeah. The Perseverance doesn't seem to have any special weapons. Sometimes you'll get a missile or a beam attack. There were some of our other ships. Hold on, let's try another ship here. Here we go. Yeah, there's a beam volley and a missile volley. Attacks an enemy fleet or base up to 4 tiles away and up to 2 tiles away. That's a one-way damage dealing. That's the nice thing about those ranged attacks or the antimatter warhead special on that one ship we were just looking at, is when you deliberately launch those, they can't counterattack until their turn. So theoretically, if you had enough ships, you could take out smaller ships just from range without any retaliation. So I've never messed with that too hard as far as strategies. I guess it'd be tactical combat, not strategic combat. So maybe could be very effective. Certainly can soften up your opponent or take out little weenie critters. So yeah, something to think about. So that was one of the issues, though, is approval. We're struggling. It's a challenge. Even though we're on an easy mode, it's really choking off the research and production, manufacturing production for our civilization. So we got to address it. Maybe we'll do that through the technologies, also through buildings, also through the Minister of Happiness. Who the hell is that called? Here, Minister of Colonization. So the higher we can get the social skill into this slot, the higher approval rating we can get for all of our people. So we want to keep an eye out for that. Secondly, what's the other thing we're struggling with? Oh, the plague. I elected early on to get a plague situation going, and we've had several pop-up windows advancing the event of the plague. And at first I was getting the impression that they were sort of duplicated. Part of the reason for that is that a lot of the Galaxy 4 feels generative in like terms of like the dialogue and stuff. It really feels like an AI is kind of spitting some of this out. And we all know that they use generative AI to develop custom-made species within the game. And I think a lot of the descriptions are kind of generative in sense. But with the events, I don't think the pop-ups have been identical. I think that the event is progressing. I say that because if we go back in the videos, the options we can choose are subtly changing with time. So with any luck, we're headed towards a resolution. I don't know. But the plague is definitely messing us up right now. So don't mess with plague. But let's continue on here. Where are we at? We have trade offer from the Taurians. Yes. Taurian regime. They want to offer us some Illyrium and antimatter in exchange for Xeno research. Gosh. Now, I think Xeno research is probably a little too powerful. That would give them access to Khazar's mainframe, which I think we're probably going to be trying to build. So I don't need the Illyrium and the antimatter that bad. We don't have any, but I'm going to reject that offer for the time being. Hit done, goodbye, and we will advance our turn. Are we harvesting this? Yeah, we're getting the economic relic right there. That's nice. I wonder if there's any other relics out there we can harvest. Okay, well, here's a new research completed. Evasive tactics. This revolutionary technology introduces advanced jamming techniques that can make it more challenging for enemy systems to lock on. And that's going to give us the weapon jammer ship module and just a blanket +5 evasion on all of our ships. So that's nice. We will choose a new tech. I really feel like we should look for something that could help with approval. So although we have our nice options here, planetary adaptation, orbital mining, this is all good stuff. What do we have that could help our psyche? Interstellar Cabinet, Minister of Justice, that would help with crime. Xeno Hospitality is the Xeno Welcome Hub. What does that do? Tourism gross income, that's not going to help with approval stuff. Xeno Entertainment, that might be the one we want. Here, let's scroll down real quick. Yeah, I think Xeno Entertainment is probably what we want to look into because look, we have the virtual world. That's a galactic achievement that I believe if you build it in one colony, once within your civilization or within the galaxy, only one person gets it. It's a galactic achievement. It will give our citizens a bonus up here no matter... Sorry, could you read that? Virtual world, no matter where they are. So that's a +3 base effect plus a +1 approval for tile adjacency based off of approval improvements. Also, the Holo Theater, that's a colony-specific approval. So yes, this is what we want. We can get entertainers, free media policy, Galactic Festival executive offer, influence growth, and cultural points. Hell yeah, we're going to take it. It's 8 turns away, but I think it'll really help with what is ailing us right now. So we have a ship idle somewhere. That's the Independence. Anybody see any old Independence? Oh, right here. Okay. So again, I think we're about plumb out of... Oh, no, there's an artifact right there. Excellent. Let's send her over here. And we want to keep stuff away from this heavily defended precursor anomaly because this would damage our ships. But I think she can research that artifact. And yeah, I don't see much else. So let's, we have another idle ship. Okay. This is a victory. She's a smaller ship, got a little bit of hit points. There's an ascension crystal here. We would need to get a constructor out here to build a star-based harvested, but I do see some areas that aren't quite revealed, so let's send her over to the star system, see what we can reveal there. Any new planets? Maybe. We'll get her in there and open that up. And also we're looking for additional anomalies, so we'll hit an event. The Independent Survey Report is complete. Ancient Star Map. Your flagship discovers an ancient star map etched into the surface of a seemingly insignificant moon. The map reveals that there is a very valuable planet relatively close to our current location. So seek out the high-quality planet. Boom. Now, whenever you find this anomaly, you need to immediately go to your Planets tab. Don't wait on this, because this planet appears to all civilizations. Even though it's probably geographically close to you, or what's the, it's this geography. It's not geography when you're in space. It's not geo when you're in space, because doesn't geo mean like Earth or planet or something? It's intergraphically, no, I don't know, stellargraphically close to us. Everyone sees it. So if the Taurians or the Yor have a colony ship, and this planet has popped up in their sensor range, they're going to know it's there. They're going to try and colonize it immediately. That's why you need to act right away. So here's the new planet. Kratos 1, Class 24, amazing, awesome, and it has hypersilicates, which we know we need specifically for the cyber approval, the cyber network approval galactic achievement we are currently working on researching. And then we'll want to build it. So we need this. So that's awesome that Kratos 1 is right near us. Right there. Dang, look at Kratos is going to be a 5-planet system. That's really good. I say that because we were looking at our command ships, in the Hive gives a bonus to all manufacturing within its radius. If we were to earn that Hive ship and plant her like right around the star here, it's very possible that plus 20% manufacturing could hit all 5 planets in the Kratos solar system. So very cool. Here's what we need: a colony ship as quickly as possible to colonize Kratos 1. So we're going to jump up here to our ships tab. And I'm looking, we have a very small naval fleet, no colony ships. It would say that in blue here: commander ship, explorer, fighter, flagship, no colony ship. Let's jump to our shipyards and star bases. No one is working on a colony ship, which is understandable. We've colonized all available worlds. But what we can do is choose one of the 2 Kratos shipyards, since they're in the solar system. They're stellagraphically close. Is that the right word? Let me know if anyone knows the word for the relationship between 2 objects in space. It's not geographical relation. It's stellargraphical relation. Okay, here we go. Module production. They'll finish those modules each in 1 turn. So the next question is, which one gets more production in? The Kratos 2 shipyard is at 15.6 manufacturing, and the Kratos 1 is at 18.1. So I want the Kratos shipyard here. We'll be able to build it faster. We will choose a colony ship. So we'll finish the modules, and then in 3 turns we'll have a colony ship to send to that planet. Excellent. Let's look at our next event. This is the TAS Victory 1 Survey Report. Lost Planetary Broadcaster. Your flagship captain reports the discovery of a lost cargo container floating in space. Upon further inspection, it appears to contain an ancient, yet functional planetary broadcaster device. The device is intended to send out a one-time burst of entertainment-related information across a wide area. If it were used on a planet, it would greatly increase the planet's influence. Yes, please. That's awesome. We have 2 options, though. We can store it, meaning we actually take the broadcaster, which probably want. A boost to influence is not a really easy thing to get. Or we can sell it for 400 treasury. We have 330 treasury. We're not going broke, so I want the broadcaster. Let's take it. And you can see that it is, in fact, plus 500 influence. So one time, massive dump. Now, massive dump of influence. Are we competing? Yes. Yes, we are. Check this out. Over here, the Taurians rushed into Alula Borealis 2 and colonized it. We're trying to currently culture flip this planet. So right now, the colony is at 53% rebellion. When it reaches 100%, we will gain the colony. We want that to happen. Our influence right now is 2 times. So if we were to dump the culture influencer onto Alula Borealis 3, it should greatly help accelerate the process of culture flipping this planet. So if I hover on the hex right next to Alula Borealis 2 here, you can see our influence is sitting at 80% to their 20%. So let's dump this on here and we'll do a quick check. Let's select Alula Borealis. We'll dump it in there. There we go. That's 500 extra to the base influence of the planet. Also, this planet is relatively close to the borders here. So it's, you notice none of our planets are particularly close to Xenos territory. If I had a planet, say right here, I would have put the influence on this planet to start pushing into the sphere of influence of the Xenos, the Taurians here. But all of our planets are roughly the same radius away, same distance away from this border. So I think this was a good choice. Now, if I mouse over the hex again, it hasn't changed. Let's give it a turn. We'll try and check again. See if that percentage shifts, okay? Let's advance the turn. We'll zoom out a little bit so we can see what's going on. You can see little ships moving around. Okay, I see something new popped up here. Sorry, you can't see what I'm pointing at. Okay, one thing at a time. So our new turn, let's zoom back in. Check this tile again. Did it change? Yes. It went from 80-20 to 90-10. Massive bonus. So that means that this planet should flip all the faster. And in fact, it will, because the Terran influence was sitting at 2.0%, or 2.0 times, 2 times. It is now at 4.5 times in one turn. That's what that massive influence dump did. So this planet will become ours all that much quicker, and we will get not only a thulium moon in orbit around Alula Borealis 2, we get precursor nanites on the surface, you guys. It's going to be a huge get for us to capture this planet. So that's going to happen all the quicker. But check out what we found up here. I don't think that was visible before. Another economic relic. So we need to get a starbase up here as fast as we can. So where are our constructors? Let's jump back into our fleet. No constructors ready to go. And are we working on one on our starbases? Cutter, colony ship, shipyard, idle. And a constructor 19 at Alula Borealis. Well, they're going to take forever. Let's go to the Kratos 2 shipyard because we know they build relatively fast. Constructor in 10. Let's hit build. Can we buy it? 750. Let's have them start working on it. I think we want to remind ourselves to purchase that out because look, we've got to get that ship from the shipyard all the way up here as fast as we can and try and beat the Taurians. Now, if the Taurians don't have a scout ship in this area, they don't know that that's there until one of their ships gets within sensor range of it. That's how that works, by the way. The Xenos don't get to see everything all the time. They have to randomly send a scout ship out in proximity to that economic relic. So they might not know it's there. So we're going to run for it, okay? We have an event that just popped up, though. This is Kratos 4 Planet Report. Scandal. Kari Pol, governor of Kratos 4, is widely believed to be favoring personal friends at the expense of the world's citizens. Ooh, that's bad news. Our advisors have investigated the accusations and determined they are false, and Kari Pol hasn't done anything wrong. Still, there's a loud public outcry for us to at least chastise the governor in some manner, or we will seem to be complicit in the supposed corruption. So the governor has done nothing wrong. We will support them. This gives us an increase to traditionalism, plus 10% loyalty from Kari, minus 10% approval for 12 months. Now, I think that would only be on Kratos 4. It doesn't specify. It's a little opaque. I don't think that would be everywhere in our civilization. but we can't really afford the hit to approval, period. Especially in the Kratos area, we're really struggling there. Or condemn the governor, that's the price of politics. So it increases nihilism. It gives a -10 to the loyalty for Carrie, but a plus 20% approval for 25 months. So it's having a less approving leader doesn't hurt you so much, although it does hurt the approval of people when their governor has low approval. Now, let's check Carrie's loyalty real quick. So we're going to decide later using the little arrow up here, right behind my face box, right in this corner. You can't see it. We're going to say decide later. It closes the window down, so we don't have to deal with the event right now. Now, we can't advance the turn until we've dealt with the event, but it allows us to go check stats before going back into the event and resolving it. So let's jump down to our leaders. Let's jump to our governors. Here is Carrie Poll. So yeah, here's the issue. If she drops down to 38, she will go red in loyalty, and that is a low loyalty. It puts it in the shitter, unfortunately. Now, we have Harmony Crystal 1. Can we gift her? No, we have a 28-month cooldown for Carrie in particular. Carrie's been very unhappy for a long time. So if we throw her under the bus here, it's going to crush her loyalty down to 38. Now let's jump into Kratos 4, where she's the governor. We'll zoom in. Where is Kratos 4? Boom. Their approval sitting at 65% right now. Take a look at this. Let's look at some of our people here. What makes them unhappy? Come on. There we go. So I don't see anything on here about their governor is giving them a plus 7%. That's probably through the governor's social, I would imagine. So Carrie's social. Yeah, her social skill 7. So that's correlating to a straight up plus 7% approval. Now, I know what can happen is if her loyalty drops too low, then here in your population's approval, they will say our governor is disloyal, and it makes them sad. Now, does that completely erase the governor's plus 7% from their social to approval? I don't know. I don't know if it zeroes it out and then just gives you the negative, or if you keep the social bonus of plus 7 in this case, and you get the our governor's disloyal at whatever amount below, I think around 45 approvals, where they start considering it low. So this is a big trade-off. I don't know what to do. It almost is a wash in a sense, because she drops to 38. That doesn't, her poor loyalty, she doesn't directly impact the production of this colony, but it will then push these people into our governor's disloyal and make them less happy, dropping the overall approval, thus impacting our manufacturing and our research. However, I just realized something. We have almost no production or research because of how fucking unhappy our people are. Pardon my language. A new pathogen is born. That's completely stopping all production. Interesting. So, what does that mean? I think that means that we can... It means we're not really making anything on that planet, first of all, which really sucks. Let's jump back to the event. I think here's what I think we do. I think we take the plus 10 loyalty to Carrie Poll. Why? Because in order to get a plus 10 loyalty any other way, would take a Harmony Crystal, which they're a little rare, they're hard to come by. So let's get her approval up. Let the people become dissatisfied because they're not making anything anyway. As far as I'm aware, approval only affects research and manufacturing, and due to the plague, they're not doing it anyway. So they can be 10% less happy. But we get a true bonus to Carrie's loyalty that is permanent. Okay, I think that solves it. There you go. Boom. Now we jump back in. We go to Governor. She's at 58. Sweet. And you can see here, it gives us a breakdown on her loyalty. Interesting. We stood by her. She's a governor. She likes being a governor. FYI, sometimes you'll drop a leader into a governorship role and they'll lose 10% loyalty, and it would essentially tell you, I don't like being a governor. So FYI, she likes it. Makes her happy. Natural loyalty is at 48. That's her base. And I have to manage things. That's at a -10. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, maybe she doesn't like being a governor. Oh, hell, I don't know. Here, let's check the others real quick. I have to manage things. She doesn't like to manage either? What the hell? I have to manage things. Oh, wow. Some people just don't like to manage things. That's fascinating. I'm looking at everyone's real quick. These are just their base loyalties. Minister. Oh, they like to be a minister. Look at that. Aluchi Lei enjoys being a minister. Gives her +10. Fascinating. Space Explorer, Industrial, Missing Twin. And then finally we have Marcy here. No bonus. Let's keep going. Let's jump over to our diplomats, none, our commanders. No bonus there. I'm looking to see, some people probably like being a commander more than others. Okay. Well, that's everything. And as I look in here, I do see this. This is interesting. We have Smart Friend over here. Little research bonus. Advocate. Interesting. If they are a diplomat, they have an impact. Improves the public image of our civilization. Interesting. And party loyalist has no friends or family outside of the party. I love that. I love mindless party loyalists. It makes me happy. And then Stefan has plus diligence, part of the circle, religion essentially, and +3 deception. Makes her quite effective. I like the +10 to the diligence there. I like the +10 social and diligence here. This would make an excellent governor. Excellent governor. Yeah, we've got a few good options, but we don't have a lot of money. So for the time being, I'm just going to have to sit on this. We have pretty good numbers in our ministerial positions, and we have pretty decent numbers on these leaders here, these governors. They're all pretty decent. So I'm not going to hire any new leaders here. So what else do we got? Oh, let's just take a look at Kratos 4. Approval did drop from 65 to 55. But if we jump back in there and we look, you notice it has 0 effect on our manufacturing. And we only lost 0.3 of a research due to the approval drop because we're doing almost no research. Income isn't affected by approval. Food's not affected by approval. And influence not affected by approval. So that was a safe bet. I really don't know how we cure this damn infection, though. So advanced turn. We have a idle ship somewhere. Here we go. We found a thulium and a couple of dead worlds. So really, we just need the victory to continue to explore. Let's send them off this way. I only say because we've already got the discovery on this side. The discovery can go this way. So yeah, let's have the victory go this way through space. So I will scoot the victory back here. Yeah, right. Nope. What's going on? Nope. Come on. Yeah, we'll send them off. We'll see what they can find. A new event popped up. Earth Planet Report. Illegal cloning. We've discovered an illegal cloning experiment on Earth that will, in short order, greatly increase our population. Well, I don't think that's a bad thing. However, the DNA was taken from citizens without their permission. What are your orders? Oof. Return the DNA to its owners and let them decide. That increases pacifism and +10% approval, presumably only for Earth. Promote the scientists behind these experiments. A new leader will join us, so I like that. Progressivism will increase to 11, which isn't bad, and a -25% approval. Massive hit. That's probably not worth it for what we lose in manufacturing and research. And finally, these clones have no rights. Hatch them immediately. 2 free clone citizens. Totalitarianism goes up. And -10% approval. We need to take a look at Earth before we make this decision, folks. This is a pretty momentous decision. So let's jump into Earth. Approval sitting at 73%. So we have a little bit of wiggle room there, but I wouldn't want to take a 25% hit. That would be pretty drastic. Now, we could gain 2 clone colonists. Not bad. That would max us out. But I don't think, I think the growth there is coming quick enough. We don't need the 2 extra. We don't need to max them right away. So I wouldn't mind that new leader. I don't want the 2 colonists. I wouldn't mind the leader potentially. All right, let's jump back in. Let's resolve the event. Oh, here we go. Different event. Kratos 4 planet report. A new pathogen is born success. Our scientists have created a cure and immunized the entire population of Kratos 4. Finally, we can drop the quarantine protocols that have hampered this world for so long. Plus 10% approval to everyone. Yay, we did it. We did it. Okay, now let's jump back to Kratos 4. Holy shit, it's fixed. 69%. Okay. That's what we say. Whenever we see the number 69, we're like, okay, like that. And we nod our heads and do eyebrows. Okay. Isn't that what the kids do? They say okay when they see the number 69 anywhere? I think so. I think that's what the kids do. So next turn, will the 100% minus to manufacturing from new pathogens born go away? I hope so. I hope so. We'll hit done. What else do we got? We got to go back to Earth? No, we got to go to the event for Earth. Different event. TSA Explorer M01 survey report. Lost planetary defense module. Our flagship captain reports discovering a lost cargo container adrift in space. Upon inspection, the container houses an advanced planetary defense module believed to be from a long forgotten civilization. This mysterious device could prove invaluable to your empire by increasing a given planet's defense capabilities against invasion. I'm not so worried about invasion right now, so rather than storing the planetary defense module, I would rather sell it for the 400 treasury. In this case, I don't need that planetary defense. I like to defend my planets with naval ships in space, spaceships, than with planetary defense. Because if you're defending at the planetary level, your fleet's already been defeated. So that's why I'm taking the cash out right there. So, a couple things. We still have an event to resolve at Earth. Let's idle ship, though. Here. Perfect. The Explorer is just sitting idle. What's the Explorer's special abilities? No special. She's just a flagship. So we would obviously want to send her out to explore new areas. Let's say that the Independence will go this way, but let's send the Explorer back over this way. We do have some unexplored cloud space over on this side, so she's going to go take care of that. And finally, back to the Earth event. We return. We get a new leader. Yeah, we're going to return it. We'll just take the plus 10% approval. It won't hurt Earth at all to have more happy people. And what do we got in the vault here? What was that? Hit points on a fleet. We don't need that right now. It's going to sit. I tell you what I really would like to do is invite some new leaders in 7 months because we've got a little bit of coin. We have over 700 credits. We should be able to hire 1 or 2 new good leaders. And none of these people, except this guy will go away in 5, but he's a crappy leader. So let him go. Let Polver go. We will recruit new leaders in or summon them, and then we'll try and hire 1 or 2, whoever's the best here, because I wouldn't mind getting my hands on some new leaders. Let's advance the turn. What do we got going on? Ship idle. The cutter. What is the cutter? Right here? Okay, that's just a small frigate. Sure. We want all of our colonies to be defended by at least 1 defensive ship. So I'm going to send the cutter to Alula Borealis, and that should give a roughly a 10% bonus or 5% bonus to approval there. And we did finish the colony ship. Perfect. We just don't want to send a criminal. I don't want to send a criminal. Everyone's plagued. That sucks. Shit. Yeah, let's just grab Day here. He has no other modifiers except criminality. We'll hit done. And that colony ship is over here. Yes. Perfect. So, unfortunately, we're going to be spreading the plague immediately to Kratos 1. I don't know what that's going to mean, but we're going to find out. Boom. Here we go. Kratos 1 planet report. Swamped. Upon landing on Kratos 1, you quickly realize that it has been inhabited before. Beneath the northern ice, explorers have found a ruined starship with an active leaching field module that will reduce the shield strength of enemy ships in battle. Your colonists believe they can extract the module, but the resulting melt will flood much of the arable land on the planet. The climate change will kill most of the unique native species. What are your orders? Ooh, this sounds serious. Leave the ship buried. That gives us +2 planetary tiles. Yeah, planetary tiles are extremely valuable and extremely hard to get more of. Increases pacifism and a +1 pacifism trait discount. That's a good bonus. Okay, set land aside for the native species, leave the ship buried, but study the technology. Okay, that also increases pacifism. The pacifism trait and a +1 to technology. 2 extra tiles is worth way more than +1 to technology in my mind. Way more. Hello, we can put buildings on those developments. And finally, there's too much life on the end of the universe as it is, and this module can help our military. So we get the free leaching field ship upgrade. It's for 1 ship. It's not that valuable. Egalitarianism increases. We lose 2 tiles. Yeah, not even a question. Not even a question. We are taking the +2 land tiles. Absolutely. So we cannot actually see into Kratos 1 because it's not a core world. It is feeding, though, production, research, income, food, and influence all into Kratos 2, which should really help boost that planet up. That's pretty cool for the time being. But back at Kratos 1, can we build an orbital silicate extractor? Yes, when we get orbital mining tech, we can do that, and we will do that. Now, orbital mining tech is a research I saw available to us, but of course, we're trying to finish Xeno Entertainment for approval purposes before we do that. But let's bear that in the back of our mind that that's there. And when we get a new leader, we might dump them onto Kratos 1. I think that is a planet worth developing or promoting to a core world. Yeah. Okay. It reminds me though, a couple things. We are trying to get a constructor built right here. We could purchase that only because we want to try and gain control of this economic relic. This economic boost that that relic yields is just like this yellow economic relic, which is yielding a +5% gross income to our entire civilization. That one can do the same thing. So we want it. We want it bad. But I also noticed that we have the Galactic Bazaar has some new stuff. Arnor spices are, how do you say that? Artocarpus virials, and Monsadium. Okay. Before we do anything else, let's jump into Earth real quick. Let's look at our galactic achievements. Looking across, here we go. So Khazar's mainframe would require Promethium and hypersilicates. We've purchased the hypersilicates already. That's actually pretty nice. We have the Promethean. We could build that. Going across. I'm looking for Galactic. So Razor's Rift is the only other one. That's a Durantium limitation. So we don't actually need the other strategic resources right now for any given galactic achievement. That's not a bad thing. Although up here under Xeno Entertainment, when we get the virtual world, it will take 3 hypersilicates and 3 Epimetheus pollens, which we don't have access to. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about purchasing anything out of the Galactic Bazaar right now, but I think we should speed the production of this constructor. So if we click here, we can jump right over. We can rush construction for 563 credits. Yeah, I really want the constructor, folks. I know that burned up a lot of our credits, but it is what it is. And we will advance or shipyard idle. Okay, what do we want here? We want more. What? We don't need more colony ships. I could see supply ships. I could see constructors, definitely. Asteroid miners? Yeah. Let's just get another freaking constructor while we're here. Yeah, let's do that. Build that. Okay. And I think we actually have... Well, obviously Kratos 2 will finish because we just rushed that constructor. So while we're looking, do we need... Yeah, we have more asteroid fields that are not being mined. We have a small one there. Any others we need to worry about? Yeah, a small one here. So more asteroid miners would also be something to consider building at this point. So we'll give a thought to that for the future. But we need more constructor ships because, again, we have quite a few pockets of out here, different things that need development. So we'll advance the turn. I see our ships zooming about, researching. Ooh, We found an antimatter and an Illyrium up here. And let's take our victory and keep pushing her into these unknown areas. Game is saving. That's an autosave popping around there, folks. And, shit. Look at this. You're sending a constructor in to grab that antimatter. Just an example of how they can snatch stuff out from underneath you. We have a little bit of antimatter production going, though, so I'm not too concerned about losing that one. But, yeah, we need constructor ships pronto. So here we go. We just finished. This is the Rush build. We're going to send it to the Celestial North as quickly as we can to get that economic relic. But we now know we need another constructor for up here, as well as another constructor over here. So we need multiple constructors. That being said, we have another idle shipyard, and we will have this one start on the next constructor. And then maybe an asteroid miner. We'll throw in 2 of those just so those get done eventually. Here we go. Whoa, core world idle. This is Earth. They're sitting at 83% approval. Very nice. We have some tiles to develop through terraforming or a variety of other technologies. And this is a question that came up in the comments here, folks. Where are we sitting in time? 40 minutes. We got plenty of time. Okay. So these little plus symbols show up on essentially water areas or land areas that you can't develop, however you want to think about it. But if I click on one, I can see that we have a single terraforming module that we can terraform 1 hex on Earth here because of this terraforming technology we've created. Now, we'll develop other land development technologies of a different name. It won't be called terraforming. It'll be called something else like geo reforming or something like that. Whatever. And we'll get other options. So right now, we can only terraform a single hex. You can see that terraforming unlocks these 6 potentially, but we can only do 1 of them. The next technology, we'll again say that the geo reclamation technology, just pretend, will give us pluses on other tiles. So I wouldn't mind developing more land space. And we will do that, but we don't need to right now. Why do we not need to worry about it right now? Because we have tons of hexes we haven't developed yet. We're still very early in the game. So we will leave those pluses sitting unused for the moment, okay? Over here, though, what do we want to build? We have a couple of things that could be quite useful. We could yield a +1 improvement to our manufacturing districts. We've only got 2 of them, but that wouldn't hurt. Or is there a building we want to develop? Let's see. I could see doing Khazar's mainframe. Big boost to research overall. We have the Promethium. We have the hypersilicates. However, if we use the 3 hypersilicates here, we lose them for our hollow thing. The other side of the problem is the other Xenos are probably rushing towards the mainframe right now. So yeah, I could see trying to build it. I could see trying to build this up. Natural League would give growth. We don't need that so much. Yeah, I would love to have this. Where would we plop it? Boom. Base effect and adjacency bonuses. So check this out. This research gives a +3 research bonus. Yeah, this might be a good spot to try and put that. So let's pull this out. And if we put it here, it yields a +2 back. We put it here, it'll yield a +2 back. So bear in mind, I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see. There's a little circle right there. I'm poking it. And it has arrows in both directions. It means that the adjacency bonus of this building goes into that tile here, and this tile feeds back. That's what the screen circle with the arrows going in both directions means. It's certainly possible. Yeah, that does the same thing. Yeah, sometimes you only get one direction, but I think that's a good spot to drop this right there. Yeah. We'll put her in, we'll get that developed, and then we will take a manufacturing upgrade bonus. And what else? Technological capital. I would like that. We can build only one of those in our civilization, but I think it would go very well right here in this vicinity, probably dropped in, say, right there. And what that's going to do is it's going to yield a +3 to this and a +3 to this. So all three of these will synergize very well. The Eye of the Universe, the Keezer's mainframe, and the Technology Capital, they will reinforce each other and get a lot of research overall. So I think for the time being, that looks pretty. Oh, and actually, we have the Capital mainframe as well. Hell yeah, let's grab that and let's put that in right up here. Boom. So all those will synergize very nicely. And then we'll do the research bonus. So there we go. That's enough for now. Let's advance our turn. Where are we sitting here? Ship idle. Where? Asteroid miner just completed. Excellent. Where's she at? Right here. Yeah, we'll just zip her off to the nearest undeveloped asteroid field, which is this little single guy. It's not worth much, but better than nothing. And another ship idle. Oh, wow. A culture relic. Fantastic. Build this xenoarchaeology module on any nearby starbase to study this precursor. Culture relic increases colony and starbase influence growth. We want that. We're going to send our ship into this area here, and we will get one of our constructors over to this cultural relic as quick as we can. We have a constructor working at the Alula Borealis shipyard. When that is done, we will send it there as fast as we can. But we just saw a Taurian probe in this area, so we're pretty confident the Taurians know this culture relic is here as well. So we're kind of in a race there, folks. Ship idle. Yes, the Independence just finished its research, and we're going to send her off over into this unexplored space. And she hasn't found anything yet. We will advance her forward again. And we have an event that just popped up. The Independent Survey Report. The Spectre's Grasp. Awaiting our ship in the Silent Void is the Spectre's Grasp. An enigmatic artifact radiating a knowledge-imbuing energy. Fantastic. Bring the artifact on board. This artifact appears to give vast insight when used, allowing us to gain a lot of research knowledge at once. Oh, I like that. Or extract maximum power from the artifact regardless of potential risk. This yields a +1 to crime on all worlds, but a +1% research to all worlds. That's a tough one. Listen, 1% on research is very minuscule, but it's forever. Or we just gain a one-time bonus artifact, which is probably yield, I would say, a +50, maybe a +100 to research right now. It's a trade-off. It's a big trade-off. A long-term benefit to a short-term benefit. I always go with the permanent long-term benefit, personally. Notice they don't give us an option to sell it. Yeah, let's extract the maximum. So we're going to take the crime, but we're also going to take the research. We can mitigate crime as we progress. We'll eventually get the Minister of Justice, which will give us like functionally around a 10% reduction to crime on all worlds, based off like the social or diligence of the leader we put into that ministerial position. So I think we can mitigate the crime out, but I want that 1% to research always on all worlds. So there you go. Decision made. Another event. Stargazer Survey Report. Encounter with the monstrous cage. Our ship has stumbled upon a peculiar artifact adrift in the cold void of space. It appears to be a cage, but not of any ordinary creature. This containment unit was designed for something monstrous. We have two clear options: keep the artifact and possibly unleash the beast at a strategic moment, or study the cage's advanced technology, risking the inadvertent release of the captive creature. Yeah, I've never had the creature accidentally escape taking this. This comes up a lot, FYI. So you'll definitely see this in your games, maybe more than once. I've gotten the artifact charge of a monster token that you can unleash anywhere you want, but the monster's not particularly powerful, and I've never known it to be useful in any way. So I would rather study the cage's technology. Yeah, so dissect the artifact for its advanced technology, advancing our own scientific knowledge on current research topic, which is xenoentertainment. And this may haunt us later. I don't feel like I've ever had it backfire. It's never unleashed a monster on me. Maybe it could. I don't know. Let's let's take the technology. Boom. So theoretically, this bar will advance. We have a trade offer coming up from the Yor. You'll notice up here the Yor are moving in a negative direction slowly. So the breakdown is we have an open border treaty is a +1, and we have harvesting dilemma is a +1. So +2 total. However, we're culturally different is a -1, and we are different kinds of life forms, a big -3. So we have 2 bonuses, 4 negatives. So we're sliding into the enemy territory at a -2 per turn. FYI, we've got to be cautious. So listen, they want God in the machine from us, and they're going to give us 70 credits. No, we're going to reject that. We are not going to sell our technology to you. Goodbye. But I'll tell you what might be a good idea. Let's jump in here. We have a leader. We have Raymond Rast is just kind of sitting here doing nothing, twiddling his thumbs. What if we go to diplomacy and we put him in charge of the Yor Singularity as our diplomat? What will that get us? I don't know. Hopefully something. We'll see if this updates in some future turn. And we'll advance the turn here. Here we go. What's going to happen? I was just trying to adjust my glasses. It's crazy, I know. Here we go. Idle shipyard. No, idle ship. We've found another Illyrium deposit up here. Fantastic. And we're going to keep scooting the ship along the backside of our pocket. Oh, son of a bitch. You just saw the constructor there? Okay, quick galactic wealth wonders. Terran Alliance is city at number 1, followed by the Taurian, some other civilizations unknown to us, and then the Yor Singularity. So we're doing very well with our wealth generation. I just want to point out, over here, we saw a constructor ship heading this way. Theoretically, it's going to grab this thulium up here, but that's not a bad thing. It means that they're not getting the economic relic, which is right down here. Right down here. We might still be able to get the economic relic. Fingers crossed. Okay. Research complete to Xeno Entertainment. It shouldn't take more than a few small tweaks to our media to make them more palatable to alien beings. Embedded translations, cross-cultural product placement, and UV and infrared corrected palettes will be a good start. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So the eyes of like the mantis shrimp people probably see like UV, I would imagine. A little infrared or something. We don't know. But yeah, that'd be cool. Virtual world, entertainment upgrade, tiles, the Holo Theater. We get the entertainer job for our pops. That's cool. Galactic Festival. Oh, I like that. Holding a grand festival for all of our worlds will improve the tourism for 12 months. That's good. Free media. Cornerstone of a successful civilization is a powerful media that can speak without fear of reprisal. That gives us a +1 diplomatic bonus against all the Xenos. So that helps with that Yor issue. +10% influence growth, presumably across all of our colonies and star bases, and +5 culture points. Very nice. We'll choose a new tech. I wanted the orbital mining, specifically because Kratos 1, I think it is, has that moon we want to develop. So let's choose orbital mining next. We'll hit done. Okay, where are we at here? Oh, we got a cultural progression pick. Excellent. We have 44 culture points, and we are, in fact, individualistic. Yes? Yes. Yeah, we're individualistic. Okay, so we have 3 options here, folks. Self-reliance, autonomy, or private property rights all are available to us right now. So private property rights, unlock the entrepreneur specialization for pops. So it's another job we can get for pops. And +1 orbital upgrade slot to every planet. That's core worlds and base colonies. That's not bad. Granted, we need a lot more coin to develop all those, but that would be nice. Okay, self-reliance. Citizens get +3 to their attributes. That's huge. All citizens +3 to all attributes. I like that a lot. And autonomy. Governors get +10 loyalty, +1 policy slots. Oh, they're all good. It's all good. Let's start with self-reliance. Yes. FYI, In that case where we had 3 options, by choosing self-reliance or autonomy, either one, we unlock privacy. However, had we chosen private property rights, we would not have unlocked privacy. So choosing self-reliance or autonomy gave us the extra small benefit of opening this up. Otherwise, had we chosen private property rights, next time we unlocked a culture progression, we would have only had access to self-reliance and autonomy. So this is a little bit of extra versatility by the choice, by choosing one of these two. Privacy, by the way, all citizens who have the individualistic trait get a 25% approval bonus. That's not bad. That's about bad. Some potential for the next pick. Okay, we'll hit done. And we also have enough command points for an executive order right now. Okay. Which is Galactic Festival. So it only costs 10 control. It has a cooldown of 50 months. But yeah, there's no detriment. We should definitely activate this right now. Yeah. I think we're going to do that. Oh, here, let's hit no. I just want to watch this. We're at plus 10% currently for our income. So now let's go. Let's choose the Galactic Festival. We'll hit yes. Pushes us to 24. A 14 income bonus by choosing that. Massive, massive bonus. So good idea. And we'll regain more control quickly to unlock some of the other options. So where are we sitting right now? Where are we sitting? Well, we have ships exploring here. We have ships exploring here. And in fact, look at what we just found. We found a capsule. We'll send this ship off to go to investigate that anomaly. We have another ship this way investigating this portion. And this ship is doing what? Sitting idle. The Discovery sitting idle, no problem. Let's have the Discovery push out into this undiscovered portion of space here. And I see a few more anomalies that they can research. Now, where is our construction ship? She's sitting right here. Oh, gosh. I hope the Iconian fleet don't destroy our constructor. We'll see what happens. This constructor's got a long ways to go, though, but I really want to get that economic relic. Okay, new events popping up, folks. TSA Discovery Survey Report. Artifact of Joy and Resources. Sounds like a good deal. Your flagship discovers an ancient artifact, a mysterious object imbued with immense power. This artifact can either be harnessed to provide a massive energy spike for our shipyards or used to generate an aura of euphoria on a target planet, uplifting the mood of the inhabitants and providing a temporary boost to productivity. So the two options are channel the artifact's energy into a temporarily to enhance manufacturing. So +1 manufacturing to all worlds for 20 months. It's not bad. Or secure the artifact in the vault for later use. Gain a charge of the Harmony Beacon, which again I believe is just a temporary approval boost. Ooh. Do we need approval that bad? Are any of our colonies that unhappy? Let's decide later. Let's jump into our planets tab. Let's sort by approval. And that's right, it doesn't show us approval. God dang. We'll just mouse over. Earth is sitting at 88% approval. Kratos 4 is at 78%. Not bad. Alula Borealis 3 is at 75%. Kratos 2 is at 63%. I don't think we need the Harmony Beacon. I think we take the manufacturing bonus. Here's another trade offer. This is coming from the Torians. They want to give us credits as well as emissaries. In exchange, they want directed energy weapons. And you notice the directed energy weapons is it a 3 here, 3 months to complete research, whereas emissaries is 4. So emissaries is a slightly more advanced technology. Plus they'll give us 70 credits. Yeah, that's probably about what a Promethean's worth. Certainly not the 2 modules, but we've got extra modules right now. I think that's a worthwhile deal. And it might, overall, I don't know if doing trades improves relations, but it says they're glad we could come to an agreement. So yeah, we'll do it. That gave them 2 modules, 1 Promethean. We had surpluses of both. We gained the 70 credits. and we gain the technology of emissary, which is cool. It doesn't unlock a ministry position, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, fine. Split done. And we have the event to jump back to. I think we're going to wrap up at 1 hour here. I'm a little limited on time today, folks. Since I got back from Germany, by the way, Berlin is awesome. If anyone ever wants to go to Berlin, it's not only a cool place to take the kids, it's a great place to go for yourself or as a romantic getaway. Berlin is full of parks everywhere. Every block, every other block has a park. So if you've got your kids with you, there's always a nice park to go to and playground within walking distance. So it's a great city, in particular in the spring and winter time, early fall when the weather's nice. And beyond which there's well over 100 museums. I think it's like 160 museums in the city. So there's tons of places to go. And just bars and nightlife, nightclubs, nice restaurants. It's just a great city. I love it. I love Berlin. So there you go. Here we go, though. We had to make our decision. We're going to take the manufacturing bonus. Boom, right there. And I think that's a good place to end the turn, end the game for today at 1 hour. Sorry again, I do need to cut it short. I have a lot of other stuff to take care of. But yeah, listen, we're in pretty good shape here. I feel like we've gotten a good handle on our approval issues. Approvals are rising. We have a couple constructor ships either out there or being made that we're sending off to these various relics and development points. There's a lot to do. So we need at least 2, 3, or 4 constructor ships. We have 3 in production, 1 traveling. So that means our constructor ship needs are being met in general right now. That's fantastic. But we are in a race for those resources. We don't know that we can beat the Yor and the Torians out there, but we'll get hopefully a couple of them. So that's that. We're working on a couple more warships. Is that a good thing? Yeah. I think we have at least 1 core world with no defending ship at Kratos. But where? Well, it doesn't hurt to have some warships. And did we get the plague under control? Are there any other plague populations? Let's just see here. We jump to Kratos 4. Yeah. No, they're still plagued. Still plagued. Interesting. Let's jump over here to Kratos 2. No plague. No plague. No plague. We jump over to Alula. No plague. Wow, I am fascinated that we still have plague on the Kratos 4 population. Now, what I'm curious about, is, and we may look into this, Kratos 1 we colonized with a plague person. If we were to drop a governor to promote Kratos 1 to a core world, would the population on that planet be plagued? I'm so curious to find out. Here's what we'll do on our next playthrough. I say this as a reminder to myself for our next session next week. Once we have the executive order to invite leaders in 3 months, we will invite them. We will hire a new leader as a governor, and we will drop them onto Kratos 1, and we will see if it comes up plagued. So that's where we're leaving off for today. Constructors and promoting Kratos 1 to a core world. Those are going to be the things we focus on for our next session. And quick reminder to maybe look into developing that virtual world, because we have... Nope, we're out of hypersilicates. Get more hypersilicates and do the virtual world. That because right now Earth used up the hypersilicates for the mainframe. But if we look over here, virtual world will require the Epimetheus pollens 3 and the hypersilicates 3. We need to get those secured as quick as we can and get that virtual world made. So something to keep track of. And we can't get any of them right now. So yeah, all right, that's it. If you watched, thank you so much. I'm cutting it a little short, but we'll get right back to it next Sunday, guys. I'm having so much fun. We're going to get these galactic achievements built. We may even use some supply ships to rush their development as much as we can. But peace out, folks. Until next time.